And we are live. Hello, everybody, to another episode of Sound Booth Theater Live. My name is Justin Thomas James, and I am here with Mr. Jeff Hayes, who is eating, I believe. Hey, what are you eating there, Jeff?
If I were to look at them and
Oh,
someone they were like, "What is this?" I'd say it's a chicken nugget.
it looks like a chicken nugget.
Yeah, but it's a chicken chunk,
A
according
chicken.
to the place that I went and ate.
Is that
When I got
McDonald's in Europe? Like a
no,
Royale with cheese?
oh yeah, nope. Isn't that Burger King?
It is Burger. Oh, it is
Yeah,
Burger King. You're
yeah,
right. Oh, fuck. All you
yeah.
Burger King fans are gonna be
Um, but no, this is from a place called Paul's. It's a
Pauls.
mom and pop drive-through, literally 2 minutes from my house.
A mom and pop drive-through, so just like kind of a local shindig sort of
hmm
thing.
And these are like the best chicken nuggets I think I've ever eaten, which is
Really?
why I'm not ashamed to be eating them live.
I didn't know that you could get like chicken nuggets. Wait, no, I didn't know you could get a drive-through at like a local place. I've never seen that before.
Well, you know, at one point, McDonald's was local.
It's true. But did they have a drive-through when they first started?
No, I wait. That's a weird thing because that's not even the point I should have been making. The point I should have been making was McDonald's was founded because people were sick of drive-throughs that
Oh.
were not chains. It's just kind of like what was one of the business models that everyone was copying was the drive-through.
Ah.
And so when they made McDonald's, they're like, "Man, fuck this drive-through shit. We need."
And now they're like the biggest drive-through chain on the planet.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, that is fantastic. That was our McDonald's fast food drive-through segment.
Yeah, we are
Um,
sponsored by no,
that
we're not
yeah. Could you
sponsored by
imagine just
I would
McDonald's
like that.
sponsor? That'd be all right. I'd be okay
Get
with that.
get that McDonald's sponsorship money.
Ooh, yeah. Today is a very special Sound Booth Theater Live. There's an author by the name of James Osiris Baldwin who has put together a bit of a cross promotion. He kind of spearheaded it, but a bunch of other authors have jumped on. The cross promotion is titled the LitRPG Starter Library. And there is a link down in the description. You can check out, there's 15 different books in this library, or even different authors. And all of these titles are on sale. All of the authors had agreed to reduce their prices for the duration of NorwesCon, where James Osiris Baldwin is right now. And Jeff, could you do a quick check where NorwesCon is in case someone's around that area to
I could do it. Just
check it
wait.
out?
Just wait a sec.
Oh my God, were you away? Did you walk away from
Just
me?
for a second.
Don't you walk away from me.
I needed my tea. How do I
Tea.
smell that? How do I smell that
How do you
word?
how do you smell NorwesCon? You
Very
smell an
carefully.
N, an N. Oh, hey, who's that?
It's Bon.
Bonnie Price.
It's Bon.
She's one of the authors.
She is.
NorwesCon. And yeah, so for the duration of this con, all of these 15 books are on sale for 99 cents or free. There are a couple of them that are free. I don't know them right off the bat. I know Dragon Age, or not Dragon Age. Can you imagine? Dragon Seed. Dragon Seed is free right now. And also wanted to point out like a little something to you guys. I'm not sure if you're aware, but with the way Amazon is set up with Audible, if you guys get a copy of the ebook, then you get a discount on the audiobook with a little something called WhisperSync. Because of this sale, you can get the ebook for either free or 99 cents.
Oh yeah.
And then you can get the audiobook at the reduced price. So basically, their sale is forcing our hand into doing a sound booth theater sale for 5 of our books, and I'm okay with that. I'm 100% fine with
I'm
that.
super pissed.
Jeff, you
I'm
sound
really
pissed.
mad. I'm really angry about it. But it's cool. Whatever, James. You do whatever you want. You put your books on sale. You get all of our authors to reduce our prices.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So
And
this
it's
sound
in
booth theater,
Seattle, by the way.
it's in Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's West Coast. For some reason, I thought it was East Coast. I thought I was going far away. So if you are in the Seattle area, hell, if you're in, where is Seattle? Is that Northern California? Or is it Washington?
Yes.
Washington.
Washington.
Which is basically Northern California.
If you're in Northern California, Washington, you should just go. Just drive up. Make it a road trip. You get there tomorrow afternoon. You get to meet James Baldwin.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is a great opportunity for you guys. If you've been thinking about any of the audiobooks that we're going to list in 2 seconds, then this is a great time. You will be pretty much saving like 50% than if you were to use a credit. So, dig in, guys. Feast. Gorge yourselves on multicast narration with sound effects.
Such a scary face.
Thank you, Bon.
I got a little bit scared.
You got a little scared?
A little bit.
I wasn't going for scare. I was going for flirtatious.
Oh.
So I'm quite hurt right now.
If-
Gorge yourself. Are you flirting with me? Okay. So we do not have too much time tonight. But why don't we announce the authors and the books that are on this sale? Do you know them off the top of your hat there, Jeff?
Yes. Off the top of my hat, it's
Okay.
Okay, yes. Feedback Loop box set 1 through 3.
That's
Um,
3 frickin' books that
For
you can get for 99 cents right now. That's fucking insane. Harmon,
yes.
are you
He's insane, maybe.
Are you the savior? Are you the Messiah?
He's Writer Jesus.
Writer Jesus.
We have Deck of Souls by
Deck of
Miss
Souls.
Bonnie-
Who's that by?
By Miss Bonnie Price. This is the only one that you actually can't get the audiobook right away from the sale.
Oh yes, this is true. This is true. Oh, hold it up again there, Bonnie. I've got the camera stuck on you. Look at that cover. That's just a piece of art right there.
Oh yeah, that's
What you
right. She
do-
just got her Feely ones.
Wow.
She got her new Feely ones.
Matte.
Indeed.
Yes.
Oh, it's nice.
It's one thick sucker.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, have you ever heard of like when gangsters want to beat somebody up and they use a phone book to do it?
Yes.
Using marks, your book could now be used like that.
It could be
Oh,
you.
jeez.
So that's pretty damn cool. Like you actually you've officially produced a weapon.
Yes. Keep your eyes peeled on the headlines.
Yeah. You're gonna see this. You're gonna see Deck of Souls violence, crime rate.
Man, beaten to death by LitRPG novel.
Yeah.
With a beautiful cover.
Yeah.
Less beautiful when smeared in blood.
Yes. So World Tree Online by E.A. Hooper, which the audio just came out yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm not
So
sure if the Whisper Sync has activated for that yet, but
it
doesn't
it's
matter.
offered for me.
It does it? Okay, cool. Whisper Sync's already ready for that one. I need to check one more time. I'm gonna save the guest of honor for last. Oh,
Okay.
and yes, Pangaea Online by S.L. Rowland, the first book, is available. That was the first Justin Thomas James audiobook for SBT.
Yes, it was.
By the way.
Yes, it was.
And that one features Miss Lori Catherine Winkle as well. And last but not least, Dragon Seed by the lovely James Baldwin, who put this all together for us.
So thank you very much, James Baldwin, for doing all this and for spreading LitRPG to all of the fans. And these are just the Sound Booth Theater titles. If you check out that link that's posted just below, you will see that there are 10 other authors who have taken part in this, and those titles are equally good. They are very cool and exciting. So definitely check those out.
Yeah, we're not gonna say what they are though.
No, we're not,
We're not
because
we're not gonna give them free promo.
no, they must come to us first, and then they
Uh-huh.
get the sound booth theater treatment.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we don't have too much time, you know. Originally I thought, okay, we'll just read all 15 books for this, and Jeff was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Pump
That's
the
a lot.
brakes. Pump the brakes there, mister.
So we've got 5 narrations for you today, which is plenty, from the various books, and different people are going to be joining us throughout, different narrators. Hopefully Lori Catherine Winkle will make it, and I'm pretty sure that Annie's going to be joining us, but she's had a busy night herself, so we shall see. In the meantime, I just want to give a shout out to everybody who's listening right now. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Well, not well, you, Jeff. Yes. Yes,
Oh,
you are technically
thought-
listening right now, but I meant the people at home. Rush
oh,
Mid, Sinful Wound.
Neil Helgers is here.
What? Neil
Up, Neil?
Helgers is here. Yo, yo, yo.
A star.
Neil.
A star has joined the
My
chat.
goodness. I'm nervous all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak low now and very professionally. Harmon Cooper is here, hanging in the chat.
Absolutely.
Yo, 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 Mr. Cooper. We got Ayano. We got Shikimaru. Oh, I love that name. Shikimaru.
That's
18,
that's
118.
sexy.
It is very sexy. It just rolls off your tongues. Yeah, Neil Helligers. Fuck yeah. Neil Helligers, what he's done some narrations for Harmon, yeah?
Yes. Oh my god. I'm drawing a blank. Come on, guys. Put yourself
House
in
of
the
Dolls.
chat.
House of Dolls?
House of Dolls. House of Dolls.
Ah,
That's correct.
Hod.
It's in Centralia, which
Yes.
is the same universe that We Could Be Heroes is in. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, Justin has put up a teaser for the audiobook that's coming up for We Could Be Heroes. So yeah, you should check that out. I it's funny. I remember right when Justin came up with that tune, because Harmon brought it up. He said, "Oh, we need something. We need something for the speech. What is it called? It's like a chant. You know?
Yeah, it's like a Alcoholics Anonymous sort
Yeah,
of
Heroes Anonymous.
Heroes Anonymous
Yeah, and
mantra.
and I was like, yeah, we need something just really clinical and deadpan. And Justin, dude, he's just like, I got this. And it's just perfect, man. I can't wait to make more music with this motherfucker. For
Oh
real.
man. Oh man. Jeff Hayes has a studio that's in the works right now, a music studio that he's been gathering gear for over the past lifetime.
Mhm.
And I got to witness a taste of it when I flew down there, and oh man, we're gonna be able to make some good stuff, Jeff. Some good
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Gambit 87 is here. If you're in the chat, if you're just listening, cool. You are welcome to just listen. But I invite you, please say hello, interact,
I would like
talk
that.
about how crazy we are. We would love to see new names popping up in the chat there. Okay, I allotted us 15 minutes. We gotta start reading something.
Okay, cool. So you already scheduled for 8:40. That's going to be Annie, right?
Yes. So we
For
got room
episodes.
for one before then.
All right. So what are we doing? Well, should I open up with feedback loop?
Why don't we open up with feedback loop? We got Neil here, we got Harmon here. I'm
Yeah.
sure we got some Harmon fans in the crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. Because
Fuck yeah.
now, okay. Now the book that's on sale in this sale from the feedback loop is actually books 1 through 3 in a box set. But what I'm going to be reading from is actually from book 5. So you guys are, instead of getting a little clip of something that you would have already bought from the sale, we're teasing an upcoming release.
Oh, that's advanced, man.
It is advanced. This is and we asked Harmon for a scene from books 1 through 3, but this dude never follows the rules,
No.
and actually it works out better anyway. So
Okay, so what do we got here? Who's doing what?
so I don't how about you wanna do we'll do something different this time. You can be the vocal Foley guy.
Okay.
All right, because I think there's only 2 characters in here, and one of them is Quantum, and one of them is a sultry Southern belle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't think I mean, no offense, I don't think you can pull that off.
Oh. Well, kiss my grits.
See, I told you.
Yeah, I know.
Instant proof.
Just shot myself right in front of you.
Okay.
All right.
So here goes.
Wait, so I'm the sound effects guy.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, so this is chapter 17 of book 5 of the feedback loop, which I've already forgotten the actual title of. I was just thinking of it as feedback loop. The Mechanical Heart. And if you look on our Facebook group, you'll see the awesome cover of a certain character who's just super, super awesome. I can't remember his name. It's not Sarge. It's like shit. Harmon, tell people what this character's name is.
What's the name? What is his name? Please tell us.
Please.
He's Mr. Freeze. Commando.
Doc, that's right. Okay. All right. Chapter 17. I got memories. Memories of the times Dolly and I took little trips to the drive-in between the projects on Mildred Pierce and the Badlands. Close enough to smell trouble is how I used to describe it. The left side of the parking lot is unmistakably in the Badlands proper, as evinced by the neighborhood watch sign with bullet holes in it, and the right is technically the Mildred Pierce projects, but some people just call it Outer Rim of Devil's Alley. Tomato, tomato. However it's known, I've seen the same flick dozens upon dozens of times there. The city that never sleeps. Usually, there's an early matinee of the big heat, but I've only caught that one a few times because afternoon is a great time for killing. That or napping as I wait for Dolly to get off her shift. I've responded differently before, but tonight, I'm sick of hearing the big man beat on his babe outside their beat-up bucket. So I decided to do something. After all, a little vigilante justice couldn't hoit, and I'm not just talking about the loop here. Sorry, guys, I gotta get a little more water. This is what happens to me. Like, I get all constricted when I eat.
Pardon me. Sorry. We're just class act here on the Sound Booth Theater live stream.
Because justice. I'm sorry. That was, just couldn't help that. Stay put, doll. I tell the only gal for me. Most beautiful broad I've ever met. I need to see something. Another slap and another muffled scream only riles me up even more. Are you talking about that poor girl? I nod and shut the door nice and easy so it doesn't slam. No sense in announcing my arrival. I mosey on over to the two. She's young, just a skinny kid in a too short poodle skirt and a too tight sweater, with too much makeup, red hair, and sea green eyes. She's already sporting a shiner and a split lip, and Bazooka Joe is just about to hand her another one as she cries and cowers and tries to cover up. He's no oil painting, no neck and a bullet head, ugly mug, gorilla arms, and little bow legs that his $600 Italian silk suit in no way compliments or conceals.
Hey!
I recognize him. He's one of Fat Tony's triggermen. Excuse me, tough guy? He drops her arm and she cowers, but doesn't move away from him.
Nothing to see here, mister. Put an egg in your shoe and beat it while you still can.
He growls. I roll up my left sleeve. I'm giving you to the count of 3 to get your ugly, yellow, no-good keister out of my face. He gets his dukes up, holds himself like he knows what he's doing.
Tough guy, huh? You want some of that she's gonna get? Put him up, put him up!
The bruised little bubble gummer pulls at her big, bad beating beau's arm.
No, Lefty, don't. Come on, it'll be okay. Take it easy. He's just some guy. He's nothing. Forget about him and I'll treat you real special.
Shut up, bitch! I ain't forgetting about you! You're next!
He shakes her off. I chuckle at the cowardly lion. You got a 3 count to walk away, Punchy. 1, 2. This is your last chance, pal. The palooka is fast. Real fast. He snatches a nickel-plated, short-barrel, first-issue Colt Police Positive out of a shoulder holster and points it right at me as he thumbs back the hammer. His gal yelps as she drops to the ground and covers her head with her hands.
You still want with me now?
He asks. My viewing pane flashes before I can fully register his shot. He gets me in the shoulder and my life bar drops by 10%. I've got my hand on the wound, but it ain't bad. Through and through in the fleshy part and missed the bone.
Next one's for all the marbles.
Mr. Big Shot growls. I look down at my flesh wound and shrug. And here I thought we were doing this the old-fashioned way.
Quantum, watch out!
Dolly cries. Out of my stolen hot rod by this point, she pushes to the forefront of the onlookers, not more than 20 feet away from the action. I activate my AA bar just as the gunzel squeezes the trigger. His bullet moves through the air like a dead pig floating down a slow-moving sewage sluice. I sidestep and move in behind him. See you later, Wally Gator. One zap from my noisy cricket, item 263, and the punk explodes outward in a rapidly expanding cloud of chunky pink mist. Bits and pieces rain down on the looky-loos that don't want to get involved like a Jackson Pollock wet dream. I dust off my hands, and new clothes materialize on my body as I make my way back over to Dolly.
Ah!
His gal screams, fists to mouth and eyes wide.
You killed him! You bastard!
She shrieks as she does. I just have to say that the bastard part was spelled out.
Bastard.
Okay. She shrieks and she jumps for me and lands in a heap when I sidestep and turn to vaporize her, too. I reconsider. Not in front of Dolly. My best gal rushes over to me, concern written large across her pretty face. The redhead goes to get up, but the breath woofs out of her when Dolly puts the toe of her stiletto heel right in the little twist's breadbasket.
You changed clothes, but you're still bleeding.
It's just a flesh wound. I've always wanted to say that. Usually, my flesh wounds in the loop are much more than flesh wounds. The NPCs don't usually miss when they pull a trigger.
You're pretty tough, you know that?
I just don't like cowards and bullies. She kisses me, and boy, is it nice. Hey, doll. What do you say we blow this popsicle stand and head back to my place? I'm well aware that there will be an assassin waiting for me when I return, but the nighttime button man doesn't hold a candle to morning assassin, who gets lucky more than I'd like to admit. Excuse me, need more water.
More water.
So that's what we do. Straight to the honeymoon suite at the flop house I call home. The thunder rumbles and the lightning cracks as I tear through the rain in my stolen hot rod, laughing while Dolly does an impression of one of the dames in the flick we just bailed on. A real sweetheart, this one. Her hand is always available to hold when I'm not switching gears. I get the someone is about to snuff me twitch outside my hotel room door. Her eyes fill with worry, and I assure her that I'll just be a moment. The title of the next scene should be "The Assassin Lurking in the Shadows Meets an Early Retirement."
Yeah! Fight me! Ah! Ah! Huh! Hey!
Oh shit, I just hit my headphones. Okay. He tries to pounce as soon as I enter, but one well-timed throat kick from my boot with the blade in the toe, item 489, leaves him choking out his life as I hurl him out the window. Sure, I could have equipped my piping hot curling iron, item 203, and given him the flaming prostate exam of extreme discomfort, but the night is young, and I'd rather be done with triggermen. So out the window he goes, and I don't even stop and listen for his inevitable crash below. My Billy Mays ultra super heavy duty strength. Sorry. I love these stupid long titles. My Billy Mays ultra super heavy duty extra strength absorbent power rag, item 367, materializes. I mop up the blood and toss the rag out the window too. All clear, doll. You can come in now. I swear Dolly floats in. That's how light she is on her feet. She collapses onto my bed and her red dress disappears, replaced by a silk robe. She gives me that smoky, seductive Betty Page smile and beckons me with a crook of her finger. Now, where were we? I ask, as I tastefully send my garments back to the big closet in the sky. And that's it. It's so nice to be a Quantum again. Actually, my voice wasn't in great shape for that, but I think I did okay.
Hey, man, you did fine, dude. It's not your first time playing Quantum, I can tell that. It's like stepping into old shoes.
It is. It really is. Especially the rhythm. I mean, that's I think what I love the most is the rhythm of the writing.
The rhythm of the writing. The rhythm is great, and just like yeah, it flows so nicely, and like just the maybe it is the rhythm, but there's like a melody to it as well, like with the certain words that he chooses.
Yeah.
The honeymoon suite at the flop house I call home.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's nice. Nicely done, Harmon. Very nicely done.
I can't wait to get started on that. I mean, it's gonna be like 2 months maybe, but still.
Fuck, dude, I don't know if I should say this. I don't want to plant any ideas that get too out of control, man. But I can totally hear a film noir, like mystery, Dick Tracy type soundtrack over that. Like
that would be fun.
110%.
That would be so fun. Okay, so what's next? Is it time? Okay, we got another 10 minutes before Annie shows up.
We are ahead of schedule, which actually I was surprised about because I was thinking that we were just going to everything was going to take longer. So we still got 10 minutes before Annie gets here, which means we can talk to the audience for a little bit. Hello, audience. Hello.
And we have the author of the book that's about to be read right here with us if you guys want to ask her questions.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for showing up on the stream, Bon.
True.
Perfect. Questions for Bonnie about Deck of Souls? Has anybody here in the chat listened to it or read it? Any thoughts?
Yeah, it'd be that last one.
What's that?
I said it would be that last one, not the first one quite.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, you haven't listened to it. That's true.
Unless you Ayano's in the chat.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. He's heard like bits and pieces of it.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
I thought okay. I thought he listened to the whole thing.
No, just bits and pieces.
Deck of Souls, man, that one took us a long time. I mean, there's like so much of my character in it that I didn't realize it was. I mean, it's just constantly talking back and forth between those two main characters, and I like it, but man, I was not prepared for that much work. But I am glad because I got a lot of practice with that voice.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a deeper Bowie.
I never thought of that, but yeah, okay, I can see it now.
Yeah, I can see it now too.
People are already buying it.
They're trying to.
From the
Amazon.
Chat. Oh, is Amazon still messing with you?
Yeah. Someone reported the book for having the wrong manuscript. which I actually fixed 2 days ago because when I uploaded Fate Seal for Changes 2 days ago to fix some typos, somehow Amazon managed to switch in the manuscript from one of my other books. And so anyone that bought the book 2 days ago and downloaded it then has the wrong interior file. So someone probably reported it for having the wrong interior file to try and be helpful, but didn't check to see if I'd already fixed it.
Right. And then Amazon just like automated the shit out of that and was like,
Yep.
oh, problem, must fix.
Exactly.
So Aaron Frawley is asking what audiobook we were talking. We're talking about Deck of Souls, which is not on audio yet. It's literally gonna be done in like a few days and sent out. But right now the Kindle version is theoretically on sale, but Amazon has to get their shit together and make it available again. How long do you think it's like? When did this happen?
Like probably 6 hours ago, and it's been stuck just saying publishing for like the past 5 hours. So it should fix itself tonight, but sometimes it can take longer.
Guys,
but I may just extend this sale if it doesn't do it quickly.
Okay, well, we will make an announcement about that on the Sound Booth Theater Live Facebook group whenever we know that it's back up, and you guys can get it.
And speaking of which, have we already done a Sound Booth Theater for Deck of Souls?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, two of them already. Holy smokes! So I guess this is like 2.5.
Yeah, this is a half a 2 and 2.2. This is 1/5 of the SBTL is dedicated.
So Gambit 87 says that some of the books say they are 99 cents, but when you click on the link, it's listed as 124 on Amazon. Interesting. Are you Canadian? Could that have something to do with it? So that's about
region.
That is racist.
Well, extremely racist. I am very racist towards Canadians. They're the scum of the earth. All of them.
Here we go. I will post the link to our first SBTL in the chat.
Okay, so you're Swedish. I'm wondering if you're on the Amazon.com site or the Amazon.Sweden site. I don't know if that makes a difference, but that's weird. No, that is weird because some of them are 99 cents and some of them are 124. It could be this is the first day of the sale. The sale is going until the 21st, so it could be that the prices haven't adjusted properly yet, or certain, books are still, being processed for the sale. So I would check back again tomorrow and see, what the word is on that shiznit.
Some of it can also be dependent on how the author decided to run their sale. Because if they're doing a Kindle Countdown deal, that's only for the US and the UK. And they have to specify which of those two regions and set them up separately.
Wow. Wow. What a what an interesting I can't think of another descripting word. It's kind of a headache, I guess.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, I don't know what to tell you, Gambit 87. Which books are at 124? Because that's a weird price too. Like, I don't really see 124 books out, but we'll get to the bottom of this. We'll have Quantum get to the bottom. Hey, Quantum.
Yeah. What? What do you want?
We got a problem. Amazon is being shitty. We need to go into the headquarters
You mean eBay Amazon?
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, actually, so in the past where I've brought you, it's only Amazon right now, and eBay is a separate thing. They haven't merged together yet. Maybe this is the start. Maybe this is how it starts. Maybe you are the starting force when you go and raise shit with Amazon for Bonnie, for the 124. I don't know. Maybe that's
the merger. Are you saying I shouldn't do it now?
No, I think you should. Well,
You think but you want eBay Amazon to happen. That's what you're saying.
oh hell yeah.
I
I
don't
want
know.
all of it to happen.
I don't know about that. Does Amazon really need more money? Think about that.
No, but eBay does.
Neil Helliger says it's so Skynet. I totally agree with that.
Well, as long as I'm investing in them, I'm okay if they make more
well.
money.
All right, I get where you're coming from. Let me pull out my noisy cricket and go to work.
Oh, item number 236.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
I'm a big fan of your work, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Did I interrupt anything? Were you
No, just napping.
okay. Cool.
All right.
Well, go to your thing and let Bonnie know. Maybe shoot Bonnie a message on Discord when you've got all that shit figured out, and then also Gambit 87, Quantum.
Message. I'm doing a message here.
Okay. All right.
Stop interrupting me. Here we go. Message being sent. Bam.
I should have called the CBGs.
You should have. Okay, so where's Annie?
Where is Annie? She has 1 minute. Annie.
She just messaged me a moment ago, so
Oh, okay.
She's on her
she
way.
should be here soon.
Captain Necropants, otherwise known as James Baldwin, is unfortunately unable to make it tonight. But he says hi to everyone listening. And if there are any questions, he can answer. I'm going to see if he'll join the YouTube chat, because that's the perfect place to answer questions.
It really is.
Yeah, it is.
Well, okay? I need to pull up the actual script because I'll be the other dude.
Well, there will
The
be
other
two
narrator
dudes.
dude.
There are two dudes.
Oh, there's a question for me.
Is
All
it
right.
bad that Michael Jackson just flooded into my head? Oh
What
no.
was that?
I'm talking about the dudes in the mirror. Oh yeah.
Who's the fox and the human?
Oh, Dave. So sinful. The reason the hardcover is cheaper than the paperback is because Amazon decides what price it wants to sell the physical copies of my book at. So for some reason, they just keep undercutting the other sellers, and it just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. So now's a good time to buy the hardback if you like hardcovers and don't want to spend $50 when you could spend $16.
Uh-oh, what happened? It doesn't have to go away. That's who's the human in the fox suit? You're just copying now, Harmon. Okay. So you gave us two different scenes.
Yeah, just options in case Annie couldn't make it.
Yeah. Okay, so and this is just me and Justin for this scene.
Yeah, the other one is you, Justin, and Annie.
That's right. Okay, so I'm gonna go get a drink, and if she's not here by the time I'm back from getting a drink, we're gonna do my scene.
Oh boy. Come on, Andy, you can do it. We're ready for you. The link is above. I will
Pinger.
ping. And I will share. I think she's in the wings, I think. But she just
Hi,
doesn't
guys.
know.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, there she is.
Sorry about that. Fuck.
What?
Oh,
You turned
man,
into
I keep
a
forgetting it.
a robot there.
I haven't fed the cord for my camera in through the correct channel yet, so I've just got it sticking out of my door, but I keep forgetting, so I keep coming in and like slamming my
Oh no.
studio door, my studio bricks door shut.
Did you try switching over to the arrow? Let's see if it works now that
Let's try
Justin's
it.
hosting instead of me.
The arrow. What is
Annie
the
is-
arrow?
Ah.
Annie is okay.
My eye
Go
is
for it.
on the arrow.
Okay, so I'm switching the microphone dealy majigger,
Mm,
right?
Very
mhm.
technical language.
To Universal Audio Thunder.
Nope,
Hello.
doesn't work. Nope.
I don't speak Jawa.
No.
Hello?
Yeah, you're back.
Hello.
Okay.
She has
Did you
to
just say hello?
work.
See, the Universal Audio Thunderbolt sounds, the speakers work.
Yeah, but not the input.
I've got my headphones set to that setting,
Hmm. That is strange.
but I can
That's what
only
it
hear
does
it
every
through
time?
one ear.
Don't go that way. Sorry.
Oh.
Never go that way.
Oh, that's
She'd have gone
great.
that way. She'd have gone straight to the castle.
Tied to the castle.
Pluto.
That stupid little worm. Okay.
Hey, so we're gonna be
Right
reading
here.
some Deck de les Souls.
Du le sourage.
En français, oui, oui, oui. non.
Okay.
Yeah. So have you got your scene prepared, Miss Ericott?
Mais oui.
Oh wow, you parlez français aussi. C'est moi.
Parle un peu le français. Est-ce que
non.
vous voudriez boire quelque chose avec moi?
Oui, oui, j'ai du vin. Hey, du vin.
Oh, coucher avec moi? C'est toi?
So Bonnie, let me ask you, what were you
We
thinking
have
when you wrote
completely
this scene?
alienated our entire French demographic.
When you wrote this scene of French
They're-
people talking about wine back and
They're
forth.
dropping us in throngs. Okay.
Neil says this is a Notre Dame thing.
Oh,
God.
too soon. No,
Dude.
no.
Je suis très malheureux
Oui, désolé.
pour le Notre-Dame.
Mhm, mhm. Moi
Dave
aussi.
says Shedele Majigel.
Je dis à la Majiga. Oui. Où est la bibliothèque? Okay. I am.
Let me go get my sac à dos. Okay. I'm gonna run out of words soon, so we better move on.
Okay, yeah, let's yeah, we've already hit 2000. That's your segment, Bonnie Price, Deck of Souls, check it out. Okay. So what are we reading right now? What's the scene there, Bonnie?
Oh boy.
That's not
Word.
Bonnie, that's a fox.
Chapter 8, Demanding Deities.
Yeah, so this is after Ceres first encounters Idris. Let me see. Where did I even have y'all start?
Ooh. So there's like some
Chapter
like chemistry, some like first impressions sort of tension.
Oh, we started
Chemistry.
at I followed Drissy through the extravagant palace. The architecture and decorations struck me as belonging to a blend of cultures.
Okay. So casting, I think everyone can be just themselves, but since Lori's not here, I can take Drissy.
Take it.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Okay. I don't remember how Lori sounded as Drissy, but I will.
She's kind of ditzy, is she not? This
That's
character?
what it seems like, right?
She's not really ditzy. It's more like she comes off as extremely innocent, but
Yeah.
she's kind of got a dark side to her. So
Cool.
she comes off as innocent and sweet and a little nervous sometimes, but that's not really who she is.
All
Okay.
right.
I got this. Annie's got this. Justin's got
Are we ready?
We're all ready.
Take it away.
Chapter 8, Demanding Deities. Or Deities, as Justin says.
Thank you.
I followed Drissy through the extravagant palace. The architecture and decorations struck me as belonging to a blend of cultures. and were more advanced than a medieval civilization. Hell, it appeared that Sajari-Ir was already ahead of the Israelian Empire in many ways. Much of the stonework was gray, white, or black, be it marble, granite, or some other type of stone. However, there were splashes of color everywhere in the form of artwork, fresh flowers, rugs, tapestries, mosaics, and more. The variety of influences struck me as a mix of ancient European, Asian, and Arabian. Other things appeared wholly alien. Are some of these trophies, or perhaps by otherworlders like myself? I asked, my curiosity finally getting the better of me.
Everything you see in Sajaria is purely of demonic design.
Drissy shook her head.
Otherworlders have learned our crafts and our arts, but we never permitted to infuse their home worlds into Jeriskir. Any resemblance you see is purely coincidental, and the trophies of His Majesty's family are kept in a private collection.
When we entered a garden-filled courtyard, a familiar demon man blocked our path and crossed his arms. He examined me from head to toe, ignoring Drissy's uncomfortable look. What? I crossed my arms right back at him. He was most definitely the one who'd blocked my path with his hammer, and I still couldn't place his name. Wasn't convinced that I cared, either.
Emrys!
Drissy pursed her lips.
Why are you still here?
The hammer-wielding bastard narrowed his eyes at me. Supposedly, I'm meant to meet with the damned minstrel you serve, I retorted.
The gods already told you you're supposed to make a choice, haven't they?
Emrys didn't react at all to my attempt at a verbal jab.
You've got a guild on the other side, probably human in your homeworld too. You expect us to believe you're going to betray your guild or people?
I don't expect anything from you, I growled, grabbing what little cloth poked out over the top of his breastplate. He just laughed when I yanked him down closer to my height.
Don't get ahead of yourself, pup.
Emrys freed himself with ease, patted my head, and then turned his back to me.
I'm to make sure neither of you get plucked away by anyone on the way to His Majesty. Let's go.
Pup? I fumed, stalking after him. When we neared a pair of extravagant doors, Emrys threw them open without bothering to knock and strode into the room as if he owned the place. The guards, both outside and inside, saluted him before shifting to shoot me wary glances. I kept my eyes forward and my chin up as I walked into what must have been Idris's throne room. Under other circumstances, I probably would have gawked. It was truly beautiful. Water flowed into the room from somewhere and cascaded down the wall behind the throne, under the floor, and into shallow pools on either side of the room. There was art everywhere, and the stonework was incredible. However, I refused to let that bastard think I was interested in anything. Idris looked even more arrogant than before. He lounged in his throne with his cheek propped up on his fist and his legs crossed. The small smirk on his face broadened when he spotted me behind Emrys. No longer clad in armor, the king wore clothing that seemed a little too casual for the throne room.
Ah, you're awake.
Idris shot me a charming smile.
Good. We need to discuss your position in Jeriskir.
He ordered everyone out, aside from Emrys and a few other male demons wearing courtly attire. I crossed my arms and tracked Idris cautiously as he rose to his feet. He closed the distance between us in a few long strides and looked down at me. His gaze seemed to soften as he examined me, his eyes twinkling. When I said nothing, his lips curved into an amused smile.
You do not intend to bow?
He questioned, glancing toward the bowing nobles as if to make a point. You're not my king. The corner of my eye twitched.
Perhaps. Who is your king, then?
We don't have kings in my world.
Then how about I make you my queen?
Idris suggested. He grabbed my hand and brought it to his lips before I could shy away.
It would be such a waste to let you rejoin the human filth. Perhaps...
Your Majesty, you can't be serious!
The nobles exclaimed.
Idris, really?
Emrys crossed his arms and sighed. Are you out of your fucking mind? I demanded. I'm already in this world against my will. Marrying a cocky minstrel who attempted to kill me sounds like an even worse idea.
Watch your tongue!
One of the nobles snapped, while Emrys attempted to muffle a snort of laughter.
This harlot!
Harlot? I yanked my hand out of Idris's and grabbed the noble by the front of his robes. I should hang you from...
That's enough. That's enough! Both of you. Quit it.
Emrys laughed outright as he peeled me away from the noble.
Go on, Your Majesty.
If you actually want me to help your side, this is a terrible way of going about it, I stated flatly, shooting Idris an annoyed glare.
Marriage is our only hope for convincing you to join our kind.
Idris made a dismissive motion with one hand as he returned to his throne. Once sitting again, his expression froze over and he examined me again.
We understand the likelihood of you joining us is slim. No one ever chooses us, regardless of the gods' intentions. I summoned you for a simple reason.
And what is that? I crossed my arms and glared back at him.
When you rejoin the humans.
If?
When you rejoin the humans.
Idris gave me an unconvinced look.
You are not to divulge Silas's position or involvement to anyone. Do not betray his trust or mine. Do this, and I will not have you executed when we take the Isradian Empire. I will do what I can to have you returned to your world, or give you asylum here if that fails. While I do not believe you will choose to side with us, we are aware that your guild, and likely you, are sympathetic to our cause.
Why are you so sure that I won't choose to help your people? I frowned at him. Where does that confidence, or lack thereof, come from?
It is as I said. No one ever chooses us.
Oh. Idris sighed, glancing away from me briefly. His jaw tensed as he paused to consider something.
I cannot say I understand why the gods chose a human to aid us.
Humans are all there are in my world.
And what is that world called?
Earth.
That is a stupid name.
You're not wrong about that. I laughed, shaking my head before adopting a more serious tone. Demons are clearly superior to humans of your world. So how did you end up subjugated by them?
The races all got along once.
Emrys began when Idris said nothing.
We, that is, the demonic races, were too trusting. The humans wanted more and more. Eventually, our cooperation led to them attacking our cities in the dark of night. They burned villages, took our women and children, and killed thousands of our men in the confusion.
While in proper battle, your people would have decimated the humans? I asked, earning an odd look from them.
What?
You are strangely accepting of your kind's weakness.
Idris narrowed his eyes at me. You have to accept your weaknesses before you can overcome them, I pointed out, raising an eyebrow. I don't want to stagnate.
Perhaps you are less barbaric than I gave you credit for.
Idris murmured, shaking his head.
We trusted the humans. We lost lives and land for it. They keep our women and children as hostages to discourage us from outright warfare. 3/4 of the Asradian Empire is made of land previously owned by other races. Half belongs to the demonic kingdoms.
And somehow your gods think that their champion is supposed to right this mess? I arched a doubtful eyebrow, earning a nod in reply. His grimace told me he was just as unconvinced as I was.
The great unifier.
Idris rolled his eyes before motioning to me. He didn't appear interested in elaborating, and I sighed. If he hadn't been so damned stubborn and defensive, I wouldn't have minded listening to him talk more. Explain or don't. I don't particularly care, I stated, narrowing my eyes at the Demon King. I'll be blunt. With or without your explanation, there's no way in hell I can make an informed decision on such short notice. If bringing one side or the other to victory is my ticket back home, then that's what I'll have to do. My choice is going to hinge on which side appears to be the less shitty option.
Such opinions are subjective.
Idris shifted in his throne. Do your people burn, rape, or kidnap villages?
Absolutely not.
He bared his fangs. Then you've already got a whole lot of points in your favor. Idris fell silent and stroked his chin in thought before eventually returning his crimson gaze to me.
The gods have rules for their game, but that does not mean they can't bend them. A champion hasn't chosen Nebuzon's side in centuries, even if they themselves are demons or beastmen.
You suspect foul play? I frowned.
Sejarier is always two at last.
Idris motioned loosely around us with one hand.
By the time the champion arrives, their choice has already been made. They tour our city or our kingdom only to keep up appearances.
Sometime between their first meeting with us and going to the humans, something happened to change their minds.
Emrys added, as if for clarity.
Always.
Something other than the minstrel? I asked, jabbing my thumb in Idris's direction.
I dislike betrayal.
Idris stated. Well, if you'd listened, you would have known I wasn't betraying you. Quite the opposite, really, I pointed out.
Yet.
Ugh. I pressed my fingers to my temples before looking at the infuriating man again. Sorry, hold on. Technical difficulties.
Uh-oh.
How long do I have until these gods of yours send me on this ridiculous tour?
A few days at best.
Idris tilted his head slightly and gave me a look that sent chills down my spine.
I'm still waiting for you to state if you will agree to keep Silas's secret safe. Understand that if you divulge the information to the humans willingly, I will see you tortured to death.
I have no interest in giving the humans information, I growled. Threats of torture or otherwise. I never intended to tell anyone about Silas's position.
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 Oui, oui.
Good. Then we're done here.
Oh shit. Idris rested his cheek against his fist and looked away from me. Emrys led me out of the throne room as I mentally cursed the king. I couldn't think of anyone I'd ever met who pissed me off so much, or with such ease. Hell, I was at a point where I'd probably get mad just listening to him breathe. It should have been a sin to let such a physically attractive man be so damned aggravating.
It's nothing personal.
Emrys glanced down at me.
We've watched dozens of champions come and go. You're lucky you got as much out of him as you did.
Did it ever cross your minds that being more cooperative might increase your chances of a champion choosing you? I spat back, bristling.
Of course. But if it doesn't, then our enemies will have more information to use against us.
Emerus shrugged, shooting me a crooked smile.
We're grateful to you for saving one of our men. Truly, we are. But unless you formally choose us, no one here will trust you.
And scene!
Scene.
Big round of applause for our actors Annie Ellicott, Jeff Hayes, Emrys.
That Idris. That Idris.
That dude.
That Idris sends chills down my spine.
But I just can't stand him, but I just can't quit him. I just can't quit him.
It's that crimson gaze is what it is.
I can't quit him!
Oh yeah, Trailer Park Idris.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm
Is that
still waiting
better?
for
We're
you to
doing the
say
whole
that
book.
you will agree to keep
Hey.
silence a secret. Understand that if you divulge the information to the humans willingly, I will see you tortured to death.
Hey, it doesn't take rocket appliances to figure that this is going to be a good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
What's worse, Trailer Park Idris or your
The Jersey guy.
yeah.
I don't know. That one's.
Jersey.
I think that one's worse, actually.
Jersey Idris.
Yeah.
Can we just release
I'm not
like
doing it,
the
though.
same audiobook? We'll record the whole thing again, but the next time we go through, we just give like Idris a Jersey accent.
Oh, no.
Emrys is Arnold. Saris sounds like a Wagnerian opera singer the whole time. 14 hours of Wagnerian opera.
Man.
You could pull it off, Annie. If anybody can do it, it's you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
By the way, I love the color of your wall, Bonnie. I probably said that to you the last time I saw it, but I have the memory of a goldfish.
So do I.
Wait, goldfish? The memory of a goldfish with a purple wall?
What?
No, I have the memory of a gold. Well, don't goldfish have like really
Oh,
short
I see.
memories?
I
And
see. No, I get it now. I forgot. I also have a memory of a goldfish.
forget.
Thank you very much, Annie,
Thank you.
for swinging by and hanging out with us. You are welcome to stay and continue to narrate. What'd you say?
I could stick around for a little bit if the next segment is short.
A little bit. Okay, so what's
Very
next?
nice. Okay, well, let me take a look. And thank you very much, Bonnie Price, for that clip. Again, that's from
Yeah.
Deck of Souls, Fate Seal. And I believe that the book one is going to be available for 99 cents soon, hopefully. We're trying, we're working on it. But also book 2, I think is that available yet, or is it getting there?
Not yet. Still writing it. Got the cover art. Just have to finish the book and then edit.
Beautiful. Well, why don't we do a little bit of World Tree Online next?
Okay.
And you know what? I'm going to forward. Jeff, would you be able to forward our little email to Annie?
Mm-hmm.
And while you're doing that, I'm just going to say hello. If you are just joining us, then this is the Sound Booth Theater LitRPG Starter Library started by James Osiris Baldwin. Live extravaganza, sale, giveaway thing. Live. Yeah, we've
Try
got
that again.
no, it's perfect the way it was, Annie. All right. Tais-toi. Yeah, so we've got some really great books on sale. And when I say we, I mean 15 different authors. Bonnie Price is one of them. We just heard a sample from. James Osiris Baldwin's one. We got Harmon Cooper. We got S.L. Rowland. We got... There's one more who I can't think of right now. E.A. Hooper, who we're going to read next. And they're 99 cents or free. You can see in the link below, it'll take you to a page which shows all of the books. There's a lot of other great books that are available as well. Check those out. Guys, like, this is a great opportunity for a couple reasons. First of all, you get the books for free or 99 cents. But second of all, and which is why Sound Booth Theater is really on board, is that when you get the book, as long as the book is Whisper Sync activated, which I believe most of them are, or all of them, you will get the audiobook at a significantly discounted rate. We're talking like if a book is normally like $15 for a credit, we are down to like $7 or $5. I don't know. What is it for you, Jeff?
$7.50.
$7.50 for a Whisper Sync audiobook, and it's the same across the board for Canada. I think I don't know if it's the UK as well, but guys, like, this is a great opportunity because you're going to be saving, instead of using your monthly credit to buy an audiobook, that's $15 like for your monthly credit. This is 50% off that you'd be able to get these books. So it is a great opportunity. If you guys know any people who are like fantasy, sci-fi readers, gamers, who you think might be interested in LitRPG if they just gave it a chance, this is the opportunity to get them on board for 99 cents, or if they're audio people, $7. It's a really, really good time to do that. So go for it.
Awesome. So
Do
okay,
it.
before
Do it.
Do it!
son of a bitch. Okay, so I want to say two things before we get started on this particular one. This is a really great way to introduce new people to LitRPG, by the way. If any of you guys have been fans for a long time, you see an opportunity to get some stuff that you have been meaning to pick up for a while, but you also know somebody that you're like, oh man, they would really love LitRPG, but it's really hard to tell people what it is. This is a great way to introduce them to it. That's why it's named what it is. And also, Epic Relic says, OMG, I just picked this up and started World Tree on Audible today. So good.
Ah!
All right, that was the wrong. Oh, actually, no, that wasn't the one I wanted to read. It was, I spend way too much money on your guys' audiobooks. My girlfriend is mad at me.
Oh,
Sorry.
Sorry if we caught
that's
that.
that's the risk. That's the big risk. That's the main complaint. That's the
You
main
need a page
complaint.
on your website where you can put quotes like that to really sell your audiobooks.
Yeah, that's
That is actually a
We-
great
we
idea.
gotta
If we
keep
just
that.
used like
We gotta keep
testimonies of just like, I spend so much money on Sound Booth Theater that my girlfriend hates me. My girlfriend-
Exactly.
okay.
Totally.
Greg Compton, you just gave
That's
us
hilarious.
you just gave us some marketing material. Thank you, sir.
Yes, that's beautiful. You copy pasting that right now?
I am indeed.
We've got a few new people joining. Epic Relics, I haven't seen you commenting since I last looked at the chat, so welcome. Anybody else who's here, please say hello. I'm paying attention to the chat right now, so you've got about 30 seconds for me to say your name on the air. Oh, YouTube.
Like, favorite, subscribe.
Oh yeah, like, favorite, subscribe, as Bonnie says, and she says it kind of as an aside, but it's true. Please, if you are enjoying this right now, if you think that our antics are kind of entertaining, kind of like a guilty pleasure sort of thing,
Yeah.
like it, like the video, subscribe to the video. It really, or subscribe to the channel rather. It really helps us out, and it gives us an idea of what sort of things we should be doing more of. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, Jeff,
I've got this up now.
get
You got
this,
it up.
get this party.
I got it
started,
up,
Justin.
guys. We
Very
better
competent.
go now.
All right.
While it's up.
Annie, you
Okay.
can be Quinn and Alexandria. We don't have EA here, so can you give Annie some direction on these characters, please, Justin?
Yes, definitely. Quinn is a like kind of like a pit fighter type character. She's tough, she's aggressive, she knows how to get shit done.
Okay.
Alexandria is a little bit more innocent. She is embarking on a journey to climb the World Tree. If you don't know the premise of World Tree Online by E.A. Hooper, not to be confused by World Tree Online by Mark Carlson, which I hear is a fantastic book as well that you should check out, that the audiobook just released for. The whole idea is they get stuck in a video game for 325 years, I believe it is. A long time because of time dilation. It's basically 30 minutes real world time translates into 325 years in game because of an update. So Alexandria is a character who decides that she wants to go on an adventure. She doesn't want to wait these 325 years just like sitting at home with her doting parents. She wants to go and experience the World Tree, and so she tries out for a adventuring party that the group is taking part in. I think that's the scene that I prepared, actually. Oh no, it's not. No, this is this is right after she's joined, and they're going to do a dungeon together.
Okay.
So, without further ado, World Tree Online by E.A. Hooper. The World Knights neared the mountainous rock that could be seen from anywhere in the Badlands. They had encountered several camps of goblins on the way there, but Quinn and Jim had cleared each one in seconds. Since Jim couldn't fight in the dungeon, he didn't mind going all out against the camps.
No guards?
Jim muttered, staring at the cavernous entrance below the giant rock.
I was hoping to grind some more kills before stepping into the dungeon. It's not every day that I get to travel with a party across the Badlands.
If you came with us to the other worlds, you could get a lot more level grinding done, Vincent commented. Jim shook his head.
Sorry, Vince. We've already been over this. You three head inside the dungeon, and I'll watch out here. Keep me updated over the chat.
Vince nodded and stepped into the shadows of the dungeon's entrance. He equipped his true huntsman's cloak, pulled the hood over his head, and switched his HUD to party chat. Vincent. Let me go.
You want me to be the computer?
Yeah, why don't you be the computer there, Jeff?
Okay.
Vincent.
Let me go ahead of you two. My cloak will keep me hidden.
Quinn.
Got it. I'll protect our little cleric here and make sure goblins don't jump her.
Alexandria.
Thank you, miss. Oh,
Quinn.
sorry. Thank you. Thank you, miss. Yeah.
That was right.
Don't thank me yet.
First one was good.
Okay.
Quinn.
Yeah, you have your lotus capsule ready, right?
Alexandria.
It's sitting on my tongue. What happens if I swallow it by accident?
Quinn.
You'll explode.
Alexandria.
Then I'll try not to do that.
I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a knowledge boost here. Codex entry. The Lotus capsule is something that they use to pretty much kill themselves right away because pain reduction has been turned off with this new update. So they feel full pain. So if they get mobbed by enemies, they need to kill themselves quick and respawn. Otherwise, they're in for a world of hurt. Moving on. Vincent snuck through the wide, empty passage. He saw exploding barrels, which the goblins used for their assaults on the city walls, lined up on both ends of the cavern. I should destroy those on our way out. That'll slow the next goblin invasion. His eyes followed every single dark shape, catching each flicker of light from the lanterns hanging overhead. However, he saw no goblins and heard no footsteps. Where are they? I thought there'd be at least a score of them at the entrance. Monsters have a sixth sense that tells them to get ready when players are near dungeons. Then again, our small party might mean the goblins aren't on high alert.
Jim.
Hey, don't forget to update your local map. I have an old map the guild gave me of Sharky's Cavern, but the goblins use magic to alter the dungeon after every raid.
Quinn.
I just gave Zan a mapping rune. Do you know how to use it, Zan? It's pretty simple. Activate it and aim at the walls and floors. We'll all see a 3D map on our HUD.
Vincent checked his HUD and watched the 3D map of the entrance
I always
manifest.
get that wrong. I've got some retakes coming my way, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I
He
don't know
also
why I
noticed
can't
a
remember
small
fucking remember that.
HUD. I know it's kind of confusing. I thought it was
It
HUD.
was
You don't play enough video games.
That's correct.
He also noticed small holes he'd overlooked at the sides of the passage.
Vincent.
You see those tunnels? They go deep underground, either to the goblin city or nests. Keep an eye on them, because goblins could climb out any time.
Quinn.
I wouldn't mind that. I could go for a game of whack-a-mole.
Alexandria.
Why would you whack moles? They're so cute.
Quinn.
Whack-a-mole is an old game from Vincent's time.
Alexandria.
Oh, it was an old video game?
Jim.
No, they were real moles. It was a real bloody sport. Glad they banned it at the turn of the millennia.
Alexandria.
Those poor moles.
Vincent.
He's joking. It was an animatronic game. You smacked them with a fake Vincent stopped in his tracks and eyed the tremendous drop before him. The massive cavern spread in all directions, with dozens of bridges built across the gaps. 100 lanterns glowed in the cavern below, and Vincent spotted the shadows of dozens of goblins meandering across platforms and bridges. His HUD changed the region name from Southern
You're
Badlands
confusing me
region.
further. I'm gonna hear that in my mind, and
just-
my mind's not gonna remember that it was a joke.
Okay.
I'll be like,
all
what
right,
did it?
all right.
Oh yeah, no, I
But Justin
clearly
said-
remember Justin saying HUD
Oh, that's too good. Well,
repeatedly.
now I can't stop. To Sharky's Cavern Dungeon.
You will have to retake these forever.
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 You know what he did? You know what this Vincent guy did? He's standing at the mouth of this cavern. He's looking down at all these goblins. He glances to the left and right, looking at the narrow stone ledges that wrapped around the giant cavern. So, where are we supposed to go? I've heard this dungeon was pretty big, with multiple branching paths, but I didn't expect it to be this large. It could take us hours to find Sharky and his treasure. Quinn and Zan approached, and Vincent raised a hand for them to slow. Zan turned the mapping rune to the cavern, and the 3D map expanded to such a size that Vincent had to zoom out to see the entire thing.
Jim.
Whoa! I've done 6 other dungeons, but this is bigger than any of those. At least I have plenty of hiding places to avoid combat. Too bad I don't have a cloak quite like yours, Vince. Though I do have a shadow cloak that's the next best thing.
Quinn.
Do you have boots with wall walking? I'm equipping mine right now. It'll make this dungeon a breeze.
Jim.
I have boots with limited wall walking. They can keep me off the ground for 20 seconds at a time. I'll hang back in the entrance until you find a good hiding spot for me to move to.
Vincent.
All right, Jim. Quinn and Zan, let's circle around and look for passages. I don't trust those rickety goblin-made bridges. The 3 teammates carefully watched the drop as they moved along the ledge. Even in the dim lantern light, Vincent could see fear on Zan's face. The young woman moved at a much slower pace, and the older players had to wait for her to catch up at the entrance of a branching passage.
Quinn.
Pick up the pace, girl. We don't have all night.
Vincent.
Zan, it's okay. We actually do have all night. Countless nights, even. We're stuck in this game, remember? Might as well try to develop our teamwork now while we're in a city, or near a city, rather.
Alexandria.
Sorry, I'm a little afraid of heights.
Once Zan reached them, the 3 players stepped into the dark passage. Vincent hurried ahead, walking down the steep, twisting path.
Quinn.
Afraid of heights? So what'll you do when we use the jump crystals to fly to other worlds?
Alexandria.
Close my eyes really tight?
Jim.
No shame in that, Zan. I closed my eyes every time I've used one.
Quinn.
Seriously? Now I'm glad you're not staying in our party.
Vincent.
This passage is clear, too. Come on, you two.
Vincent stepped back into the center cavern. He glanced at the roaming goblins a couple of floors below him. The goblins ran back and forth with explosive barrels. They brought the barrels from the darkness far below and stacked them in the chambers to the sides of the cavern. What the heck are they doing? A gray goblin in armor waved and shouted commands at the underlings, directing them where to stack the barrels. The goblin gave several orders and then raised its fist in the air with a chant. All the green goblins repeated the chant.
Mercadurk-ra! Mercadurk-ra!
Yes.
Vincent.
Hey, team. I think I know why the dungeon seems a bit weird right now. It looks like the goblins are moving resources to prepare for an upcoming raid.
Jim.
Already? The wall is still being repaired from the assault that happened during your going away party.
Vincent.
Yeah. We might have to call off this expedition and focus on destroying those barrels.
Alexandria.
Can we blow them up at the same time?
Quinn.
No, those barrels use a special kind of goblin magic to trigger the explosion. You can destroy them individually, but we can't trigger them all at once. Although, perhaps we could toss them into the cavern. They should break on the bottom.
Vincent.
The goblins can gather the exploding powder and make more. That'll only slow down their attack by a few days.
Alexandria.
Can you store them in your inventory?
Vincent.
No, too big.
Alexandria.
What about the powder? Can we can smash them open and take it?
Every level in strength adds one more inventory space to the original 15. Between the four of us, that's over 200 spaces. Each space can hold 10 to 20 pounds, depending on the shape, type, and material of the item, so we might be able to carry up to 4,000 pounds of exploding powder.
Vincent.
That might work. Worst case scenario, they'll go into the next assault with a lot fewer barrels.
Jim.
Plus, I already sent the City Watch Guild a warning message. They'll be well prepared for the next attack.
Vincent.
Quinn, keep watch on the goblins coming back and forth. I'll hide under my cloak and bring barrels to you to smash. Vincent waited until the goblins moved away from their supply of explosives. He rushed down the walkway, lifted 2 barrels under his arms, and returned to the passage with Quinn and Zan. He grabbed 4 more before the goblins returned. Quinn ripped the barrels open, and the group gathered exploding powder into their inventory. The goblins didn't seem to notice the missing barrels, and when the monsters disappeared into the darkness, Vincent snatched more. Vincent, Quinn, and Zan spent half an hour grabbing barrels whenever the group of goblins moved. 3 different times, the gray goblin in charge flashed a curious look at the shrinking number of barrels. The goblin would then scratch its head, shrug, and finally disappear into the darkness.
Jim.
You guys almost done? I've scouted most of the passages and platforms branching from the main cavern. I almost got spotted by goblins in one of the tunnels opposite of you guys, but these things are pretty stupid. I hit on the wall above them, so they gave up.
Vincent.
Let me grab a few more barrels. Our inventories are about full, so you'll need to take some of the powder.
Jim.
I need to keep space for the treasure. We're still going after it, right?
Vincent.
Maybe, but I'm worried there'll be a lot more goblins down there since they're preparing for an assault. It might even be riskier than normal. He approached the barrels, but then a spark of magic shot past him. Vincent dove away just before 10 of the barrels exploded, and the blast tossed him into the open cavern. He caught the gray goblin out of the corner of his eyes as he fell. The goblin smirked at Vincent, and then disappeared from his line of sight. World Tree Online. Available now on audible.com.
I'm gonna find out what's going on with the goblin.
Bravo!
Yeah.
Right, guys.
What happens to Vincent? Does he die? Does he die?
The main
If you want to
character
find
dies,
out,
the
you're
character
going to have
dies.
to read the book.
Oh, she's right about that one there. Daniel Womack, hello. Welcome.
Welcome, Daniel.
Welcome
So
to the
he's
pod.
taking my place. I'm going to
Daniel,
leave as my replacement. Daniel Womack is here.
Oh, well, Daniel Womack is, yep. Come on in, Daniel. Thank you very much, Annie.
Yes.
Always
Thanks,
a blast,
guys.
as always, around.
Bye, everybody.
You guys ever have a corny,
Good
like,
to see all my little friends, and they are so tiny.
you have a
little
corny
boxes.
elementary school teacher who said, "Oh, give you a round of applause."
Ooh.
Okay. So I'm just hoping to relive that nostalgia right now.
Thank you. Now it's a tradition for me and my students.
You're in.
I have to get some students. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Ciao. Woo! All right. Well, that was Annie Ellicott, everybody,
Was that
here on Sound Booth Theater Live with us.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Crazy.
Just fantastic. She's
All right.
lovely. Let's keep
What's-
going.
What is next?
What is next? Hey, so we've got, what, 2 more left? I'm thinking
Which two? Which two do we have?
we have Pangaea left and we've got Dragon Seed.
Well,
Do we want to end on a high energy note or a mysterious note? I'm thinking high energy.
Okay.
So why don't we're going to do Dragon Seed next, because this is more of a mysterious kind of plot development mystery scene. And the last one will be Pangaea. And that is a very bombastic, we're going to get Jeff doing some sound effects on that one. And that's going to be wild. So, or at least I want it to be wild. Sorry about the format of these two there, Jeff.
Oh yeah, it's kind of messed up.
Kind of messed up.
It might be, but I don't know if I still have Dragon Seed.
The audio drama conversion. Hey, if you've got that, that would make this a lot easier, because these are kind of, it's a lot harder to tell who, what, where, and why we're supposed to be speaking. I don't know if we were doing audio drama conversions when we started Dragon Seed. Draw.
Thought we did.
We must have.
Going too far back. Greystone, Supers, World Tree. Dark Elf.
Dun, 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 dun. Well, Jeff is hunting for that. Dragon Seed is a fantastic lit RPG. It's a favorite one, my personal favorite so far. And it is about an ex-military dude, motorcycle stuntman, who is dying of a disease called Hex far in the future. And it turns out his brother is a high up developer of a VR game that they are basically doing a refugee program. So many people are dying of this Hex virus that they're doing a refugee program to get as many people and their consciousnesses into a virtual reality game called Arkhamy Online. Fantasy world, classic lit RPG in that sense. It is, the world of Arkhamy itself is very flushed out. That's one of, I think, the strongest points of Dragon Seed, is that it's just, the world building is like, there are some serious bones beneath the flesh and blood of the actual plot that takes place over top of it. Unfortunately, James Baldwin cannot be here with us tonight to talk about it and to share his view on it, but he invites you all to join his Facebook group. If you guys have any questions about Dragon Seed or about this sale or whatever, you can check out James Baldwin Author Group, I think it's called. James O. Baldwin, author and artist page. And then there's also the author James Osiris Baldwin group that you can join. Ask him any questions you have. Ask him about what his favorite color is, what your favorite color is. Maybe you haven't decided yet what your favorite color is. James will help you out. So I invite you all to stop by there and join.
All right, I bought Dragon Seed on
You
Kindle
bought it.
because it's $0
$0 right now.
on the
Can you
Amazon
believe
store.
it?
It's $0. And then I found our spot, so we're good.
Beautiful.
Okay, so who are our characters in this scene?
So in this scene, the main character has been uploaded into the game. And after the character creation and all of that stuff, he's dropped into the world and he's very excited. But something happens that reminds him that this is a game that is subject to all of the flaws that games are subject to. And while it is his new life now, he can't expect for the game to hold up the way that reality does, because anything that's designed by humans is, you know, naturally flawed, I think. Especially at the state of where this game was in the development. So in this scene, he meets a character who helps guide him and remind him of the point that his new life is possibly more fragile than he'd hoped.
Cool. And who is that character?
His name's Matir.
Matir. All right. Did I play him in the book?
You did.
I did. Okay. I don't remember what he's supposed to sound like.
I think he's like a dark, kind of mysterious, wispy type character.
Oh, that guy.
Yes. And
Yeah,
we
that
did the
was my
effects
favorite.
on it.
Yeah, that was my favorite character. Okay. I'm gonna grab some water and I'll be ready to go.
Beautiful.
How long is this scene?
This one's shorter. So we've got some time on this one. We're going to be kind of going in between chapters. But we're ending I think it's like 1,200 words. So it's
Gotcha.
pretty short.
One sec.
So while Jeff is getting his water, see what's up in the chat. What's up, chat? Jeff is airing out his fart box again. Yeah, that's what he does in there. That's all he does. He doesn't even record. He's got a different booth for recording. He just farts in there.
He's got to get the booze smell out from last time somehow.
The booze smell is gone.
Now there's just a fart smell.
No, it's the chicken chunks smell.
Oh, chicken chunks.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Chunky farts.
Ew.
Sorry about that, people. I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about it. Yep.
All right.
Let's do this. Dragon Seed.
Okay. Can I also be the Foley guy?
Oh, yes. You can be the Foley guy. And also you can be the computer. There is some computer glitch kind of stuff happening. So get ready for that. And here we go. I closed my eyes, listening to the ship creak and the ocean roar, a relentless drone of sound that went on, and that didn't vary or change. The ship was creaking over and over again at the exact same pitch, too quickly. Like an alarm. My gut tightened and I sat bolt upright, looking around as realization dawned. Everyone around me had frozen. All the sounds that had been going on in that moment were either skipping or had blurred into one constant roar. Sweat beaded on my forehead as I shifted in my chains, looking around. Rutha had frozen, her eyes only half closed, lips slightly parted, her head not quite touching her shoulder. Oh, fuck. It was a bug. There was a strange tugging sensation inside my head, like something was pulling at the inside of my skull, and my heartbeat stuttered as fresh terror flooded my chest. My hands and nose began to buzz. Then I heard footsteps. My head whipped around so fast I nearly wrenched my neck. A tall, shadowy figure was picking its way through the crowd of human cargo, effortlessly avoiding legs, outflung hands, and crates. It was heading straight for me.
Greetings, Hector.
The shadows resolved into a man with a light, even-toned voice. It carried through the hold in the way that felt unnatural, and the hairs on the back of my neck crawled.
It seems the architects have cast you a cruel lot yet again.
Who are you? My eyes narrowed, but I couldn't really do much. The chains on my wrists weren't making the right noises anymore, but they sure as hell felt real.
You may call me Matia.
The man stopped 6 feet or so from where I sat. He was dressed in all black, black breeches, black boots, a hooded half-cape, a black tunic, all of which shifted and bled, sparkling static into the air. His face... he didn't have a face. All I saw was a pit of darkness underneath the hood, with one point of light burning like a star in the center.
I thought that perhaps you could use a helping hand.
My eyes narrowed. Who and what the hell are you?
I told you, I am Matia, and I'm here to encourage your potential.
Matir looked down at me, his face a void of sucking darkness like a black hole.
Your arrival did not go as planned.
Swallowing nervously, I tried to tune out the repetitive sound bites playing over and over again. It was like being trapped in a cell with a giant box of cicadas. No shit.
A great force is at work, seeking to unbalance the world.
Matir said.
And it seems you are caught up in the discordance it is creating. It is my gift to sense such things, and thus I am here.
So, you're a literal Deus Ex Machina? I sighed. Fine. What do you want?
As you are aware, you are on a slave ship. Specifically, you are a prisoner of war.
Matir said.
This isn't usually a problem for Starborn, but there is a problem. You aren't Starborn.
But players are Starborn. Starborn are players, right? What do you mean I'm not Starborn? My stomach clenched.
You were meant to be.
The dark figure spread its hands.
You have all the prerequisites. But something went wrong between the time you chose your fate and the time you descended to begin your life on Alchemy.
I'm not in the mood for this, I said. Just give it to me straight. What does that mean?
Starborn are what they are because they return to life when slain. You will not return. You will die with finality, like all other men. Those who could recognize you as Starborn will not know you for what you are, and will not offer you the adventures your spirit craves. In the rare event you obtain a quest, it will cause time and reality to warp around you, as it did here. You carry the seed of fate, but it has stranged and cannot blossom. And if you die and join the call of souls, your spirit will be sucked into it and destroyed.
Well, that explained the HUD freeze and the weird number fetch stuff. Then I guess I'll be doing my part to keep the Drachin out of Archemy, I said sourly. Matir laughed.
What fire you have. The Drachen are already here, boy. Why do you think you're in the bowels of this hulk?
I figured we were doing one of those mystery murder cruise things,
Murder and mystery indeed.
Matir said.
So, will you let me help you?
No lie. This guy creeped me the hell out. I fought the urge to hunch back against the wall. If he wasn't a dev or a mod or something, what was he? Something generated by the AI? Some kind of fail-safe to bail players who got stuck in impossible starting sequences and accidentally got turned into NPCs? What can you do to get me out of here?
Oh, this and that.
If Matir had a face, he'd be smirking.
But first, I must know something. I can and will help you, but my favor must be repaid. Do you agree?
Of course. Something told me this was a really bad idea, but what choice did I have? I didn't want to spend my eternity here. Depends on the favor.
Nothing that you cannot rightfully accomplish. Do you want my help?
I hesitated for a moment. Sure.
Then we have a deal.
Matir stood back from me, clapping his hands together.
And a bargain, I might add. You shall be starborn, but you shall be born under a dark star, Dragazine Hector. And when you are ready, you will come to the Thunderstones near the village of Misno in Vlachia. Take your time, though. There's no rush. The passing of the dark star is a ways off yet, and you will need to realize some of your potential before we can settle up. For now, I will give you a memento to make sure you remember me.
Before I could reply, the hooded man lifted a gloved hand, and a sudden searing, cold pain shot through my right arm. I hissed, jerking away, and looked down to see a strange symbol burning itself into my skin. A chaos star with 9 irregular spokes, each spoke containing a pair of sigils that crawled with sparks of dark energy for a moment before settling into dark, seared lines.
My mark.
Matir lowered his hand, radiating satisfaction.
Now those with the eyes to see will be able to recognize you.
I was liking this less and less. The intense pain vanished as quickly as it arrived, leaving the brand etched into my skin. It was less like a tattoo and more like a black, charred scar. I looked up at him, frowning. The environment was still glitching around us. "What are you?" I demanded, straightening on the floor. "You're not meant to be here. This isn't part of the game." He looked down at me. The darkness inside his hood seemed to suck in the visual snow that blurred the edges of his figure.
Everything and everyone is part of the game. Especially you.
Just like that, the game resumed. It was like I'd blinked. One moment, everything was screwed, and the next, we were back to rocking, thumping, and creaking. People around me shifted and dozed. Rutha's head was properly resting on her shoulder now, her hair tumbled over her face. My HUD unfurled like a flower, automatically pulling up a rapid-fire series of alerts, new messages, and a quest journal entry all at once.
Number fetch 00-001A dash type new Herald of MT.
Registration complete. Compiling profile. Pain threshold detection, 76%. Visceral tolerance, medium-high. Realistic. Race, Thun, M-0016.
As the factors continued to download in a flashing wave, I had the feeling that I was seeing something I wasn't supposed to be able to see. It was like watching people putting a stage set together when you were supposed to be there to see the show. Once it finished, the spool of alerts closed, and the first message opened automatically.
Welcome to Alchemy. Thank you for joining us in our mission to repurpose our full immersion reality world, Alchemy, and for assisting us with the Big Brain Virtual Consciousness Project. Your participation will clear the way for Ryuko to save tens of thousands of lives. The unique brain maps of people who would otherwise be lost to Hex. Due to the nature of this mission, strange and monstrous enemies over level 12 are currently disabled. Random mob, enemy, spawns will not occur in populated regions, and all potentially devastating world events have been suspended. Leveling is currently reduced, and there will be a level 10 cap until we have realized the full scope of the evacuation and surrounding policy. We are working as fast as we can to strike a balance between making Alchemy an escape for the adventurous, as well as a refuge for people who may not be gamers. So please bear with us as we assess what features will remain and what features we'll have to put on ice. The mod team will currently be logging in and out as we continue to refine BCI networking and storage. You can use your menu to view a list of online mods at any time. Despite the caps, there's still plenty to do, and plenty of baddies to fight at lower levels. So don't rush. Explore your city or town, have fun, and relax. You're immortal, baby. Your friendly neighborhood devs.
And scene.
Done.
Nicely done.
You like the
Dude.
Patrick Stewart at the end?
Oh, that was Patrick Stewart. That was
I think
that
so.
was fitting.
It sounds close enough to call.
I really liked the Mateer. That
Dude.
Mateer voice is like so like Dark Souls.
Dark Souls, huh?
Have you played that?
Oh yeah, I can't remember what voice that would be though. Is that
This-
like the intro, like the?
No, like the people sitting by the fire, like pretty much everybody in that game that you run into like has this like kind of creepy voice,
Yeah.
which is very soft and creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very fitting.
It's hard to maintain that softness, but it's so effective.
Yeah, it really adds a certain type of energy that is yeah. It's
Kind
tough to maintain.
of just grabs you by the nipples like really lightly.
Yes.
Does a little twisty.
Yeah, but
Just a little bit.
just the right amount for it to be firm, and
Yeah.
then you can pull them along by the nipples, but it's not too hard that it hurts.
Right. Yeah.
You
You
agree,
sound
Bonnie?
experienced with this.
Oh yes. Oh
Well, he
yes,
just
I
did.
have.
He just did.
Yeah, just doing that. Thank you very much, James Baldwin, for writing that book. That's available for free right now. And let's just jump ahead. Let's just go straight to our very last book. We are a little longer than I was anticipating, but hey, whatever. We've been chilling. We've been
It's
having
good.
fun.
All right, so I guess I'm taking Lori's parts on this one.
Yes, you'll be taking Lori's parts.
I can't do Lori's voice, by the way. I've tried. Her voice is too unique. It's got this very interesting texture that I just can't nail down.
Yeah. What is that? I mean,
Yeah.
I think you're at a disadvantage, I think, for your sex, for being able to match her voice perfectly. But
A little bit.
a little bit. But she does have a unique voice. She has a great voice. She was the voice on Dragon Seed as well.
Yep.
So if you can't get enough LCW, you can check that shit out. She was also the voice on this book, which we are jumping to next,
Yes.
which is Pangaea.
I'm buying it for one Abdallah.
$1.
Yes.
Roland. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? Keep rolling,
See, we don't
rolling.
advertise shit we wouldn't buy on our own. I just did it.
There we go.
What? All right.
Say what?
Give me a phrase to search.
Once our weapons are equipped.
All right.
And it's are equipped. It's like it's first person. This is another first person. We've had 2 first person narrations.
Of you.
Well, there was
There's 4 total.
oh, I don't mean first person. I mean present tense.
Present tense. Okay.
Oh, this is how we used to do it, eh? Look at this. I didn't even I totally forgot about this.
What?
But for anybody who wants to see, I'll do application window. This is how we used to
Oh.
color our scripts. We just did a color with that's actually very simple.
Yeah.
It's just
simple.
like you have to know who's speaking. That's the tough thing.
Right.
Cool. So we're going to take this all the way to the end of the chapter.
All right. So who else is in here?
I am going to be Easel, main character, and then you can be everybody else.
Okay.
Buzz, I always pictured him as black.
Okay.
But he might not be. And then there's a couple other people, and they're gonna play a game. So the setup for this scene is that Pangaea Online is a VR game that exists in the future, and there are these there's the wealthy who live in like nice domed off areas, and then there's like poor people who live in very like rundown areas that have like poor health and stuff, and everybody lives in very small quarters, and they have access to this game called Pangaea Online, but they can only mine. Like all the poor people are only allowed to mine and watch other people like explore like the fantasy worlds and different worlds. And Pangaea doesn't just have like one fantasy world. It's got fantasy racing. It's got steampunk. And so this scene takes place in the steampunk world, and both Buzz and Easel, the main character, and his best friend, are going to this place to try out a game that is very popular in this steampunk world. That's Buzz's favorite sport.
Okay. Cool. All right. So the man that we're talking about here, is he an NPC?
No. So he's one of the players. He's one of the players of the game.
Okay.
I think I voiced him British. He's like very like kind of prissy.
Okay.
They don't speak too much, I don't think. Oh, actually, there isn't a lot of dialogue in this scene. You're going to be busy at the beginning. So, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. You are going to be Foley guy for this.
Okay. Fully got
So
it.
just Foley away while I'm narrating. I'm going to try to not get distracted by it.
Okay.
All right. Without further ado, I made that joke already. Pangaea Online, Death and Axes by S.L. Rowland. Once our weapons are equipped, we take the pitch. I activate my steam pack and slowly rise into the air. The basic speed doesn't use any stamina, but anytime I speed up, my stamina bar drops a little. 3 other players join us as we continue to rise to the 2 goals placed high in the sky. 2 women and a tall, lanky man are in conversation, talking about some quest they failed to complete. Hello, I say. What's the plan? It's our first time,
Great. Just great.
says the man. He's wearing purple pinstripe pants and a green vest. 2 revolvers with glass orbs attached to the hammer are strapped to his waist. A blue gas swirls inside the orbs.
Be nice, Jace.
One of the women says.
We were all new once.
Her corset is pulled tight, exposing her large chest. I take a glimpse, but Buzz has no such tactfulness, and he stares openly. She gives him a wild smile before turning back to me.
Don't mind him. He's a little salty he failed his quest. Just have fun, try and score, and me and my sister here will do our best to defend the net.
What's your weapon? I ask.
You'll see soon enough.
She winks. Her sister whispers something in her ear. They both giggle for a minute, and Jace rolls his eyes.
What's this jerk's problem?
Buzz asks me.
It's not like this is ranked or anything.
I don't know. Let's just have some fun. A timer begins to count down in the center of my vision, and the other team approaches from across the pitch. They look like a well-oiled machine with their matching outfits. 5 men in brown and blue pinstriped suits fly toward us. 2 carry revolvers. 1 has a rifle, 1 a long sniper rifle, and the other a shotgun. All of their weapons are ornately engraved and appear to be ray guns from the class orbs attached to them. I look behind me and see the woman and her sister holding 2 large cannons that hang by straps from their shoulders. Electricity reaches out like tiny tendrils inside of the large glass orbs attached to each. They must be packing some serious firepower. The timer reaches 0 and a brown leather ball falls from above. A Buzz and 2 of our opponents rush towards the ball before I realize I should be joining. Buzz flies forward like a maniac, laughing hysterically and firing his new weapon. Fireballs the size of my fist fly through the pitch like spilled marbles. I focus, and everyone's status bars appear over their heads. Our opponents are all named Mr. Wiggles, each with a different number 1 through 5. 1 and 2 carry revolvers, 3 has a rifle, 4 has the sniper, and 5 has the shotgun. The 2 women on our team are Hilda and Zelda. Zelda has the heart tattoo. Jace passes by me and fires his weapon, just as Mr. Wiggles 1 picks up the ball. Blue lasers shoot out of his gun in quick succession, narrowly missing the man with the ball. Buzz continues to fly around the pitch, sending out a never-ending chain of fireballs. I wonder if the weapon uses mana or if the fireballs count as bullets. Either way, it doesn't appear to be stopping. I dodge a fireball at the last second. Whoa! And feel the heat across my face. I'm amazed at the sensation my haptic suit is able to provide. It feels like I'm actually in the air as I float across the sky. Mr. Wiggles 1 passes by me, and I aim my gun. The purple ray it fires hits him in the shoulder. Oh, you got it. His health drops by half, and the ball falls from his hand. His teammates close in pursuit of the ball, except for the man with the shotgun, who stays back to guard the goal. A deafening boom. Did the boom happen?
Was that not it?
Try it again. A deafening boom. There it is. Stops me in my tracks, and I see a giant ball of light floating across the pitch. It grows larger and faster the more it moves. I stand back, completely immersed in the orb that exits Zelda's cannon. The 3 Mr. Wiggles dive for the ball, oblivious to the orb approaching them. Mr. Wiggles 2 catches the ball and raises it in the air just as the light swallows him whole. When the orb passes through him, all that is left is the ball, once again falling towards the ground. The other 2 attempt to fly away, but the growing orb pulls them towards it like it has its own gravitational pull. Seconds later, they disappear into the light before it dissipates.
We've got 15 seconds to score,
Yells Jace.
Come on, noobs!
He picks up the ball, and the 2 remaining Wiggles retreat in defense. Jace fires off a few shots and fakes a dive. When he goes, our opponents move to block his movement. He tosses the ball over his shoulder to me, and I catch it, just as a ramp up my speed. I go high and see Buzz waiting by the goal. He's stopped firing his weapon and waves his hand for me to pass him the ball. I throw it hard, and the ball hits him right in the hands. They are completely caught off guard, and Buzz tosses the ball into the goal. 1-0 flashes across my vision and then minimizes in the top left corner along with a timer on the game. Mr. Wiggles respawns just as the ball reappears. He's the first one on it. He fires a shot that hits me in the shoulder. Oh! My vision goes red and my health is at 50%. He flies past me and another shot hits me in the back. This time from the sniper. I can barely breathe as my haptic suit clinches around my midsection. My health is down to 10%. I need to take cover fast. All the leveling I've done the past 2 days hasn't helped with my defense as much. I focus on the opposing team and see that they're all level 20. No wonder they damage so much. Buzz is lucky he hasn't been shot yet. The sisters set off another loud boom when they fire their weapons. This time, 2 giant balls of light soar across the sky, but now our opponents are ready for them and give them a wide berth. Mr. Wiggle 1 does a barrel roll, dodging the long, slender beams of Jace's ray gun. I push the speed of my jetpack and my stamina bar drops quickly. He's about to score unless I stop him. I activate grapple and fire the hook. It catches Mr. Wiggles 1 in the back and brings him to a halt, but not before he tosses the ball into the goal. 1-1 flashes across my vision. Jace flies up behind the goal scorer and empties several shots into the back of his head as he struggles to remove my grapple. The body disappears and we have a momentary advantage. I retract my grappling hook and turn to where the ball will drop. Just as I do, a purple ray hits me in the face. And scene. That's it.
Just so you guys know, none of those sound effects are in the book.
None of them. Sorry. We apologize for the lack of sound effects in that. What a great little clip to end on. That was fantastic. Again, that was Pangaea Online by S.L. Rowland. That scene has absolutely nothing to do with the plot. Nothing at all. So yeah, it's fun. It's like it's just to show off like how cool the Pangaea is, and like gives them an opportunity to explore. This is like right after they get access to more of the game than just the mines. So yeah, thank you, Jeff Hayes, for all of those sound effects, Mr. Foley. That reminded me of Whose Line Is It Anyway? You ever watch that?
Yeah.
When they get like they do sound effects, the game.
I think I've seen that actually. Yeah.
They do that game sound effects, and they always get these old white ladies. And I'm like, and they're always horrible. And I'm always like, when I was a kid, I was always like, I could do a way better job than that. I'm like, I should go, and then they'll pick me, and then I'll blow them away with my awesome sound effects. And then like it wasn't until I was in high school that I realized, oh no, wait, Justin, they're picking old white ladies because that's fucking hilarious.
Oh, Dawn just got here.
Dawn! Hey, well, speaking of Whose Line Is It Anyway? No, changing the subject back to the whole point of why we're here. All of the LitRPG starter library, Dawn Chapman is one of the authors.
Oh, is she?
Yes,
Which
she
title?
is. What is it called? Potera? Potera?
Potera Online.
Potera Online. Yeah. So check that out. I believe she's also doing a box set
Oh, really?
for 99 cents.
Nice.
Correct us if we're wrong there, Dawn.
Why is Shikimaru giving us a clap back? What is that?
That's the
regular
have you
clap.
seen the the intro to Friends? The la, da, da, always be this way. You know that?
Yeah, okay.
There's a video of that, but the clapping just never stops.
Okay.
It just comes in. It's just like
That's a great way to explain clapping to someone who's never heard clapping before, but perhaps has seen the show Friends.
that's what clapping is. Guys, Andrea Parsono does the reading, the narrating, if you will, of Putera Online. I believe you should check it out. It's free right now for a box set. What a good time to get a box set. And if you get the audiobook, you're going to get the Whisper Sync. Is it Whisper Synced, Don? Can you confirm for us? If they pick up the ebook, we don't want anybody to pick up the free ebook and realize that the Whisper Sync doesn't work. Actually, that would kind of suck, but like, I mean, they would have spent all that money and time getting a three free books.
Yes,
It is Whisper Sync. You can get that shit on discount.
$7.50 for how many books in the
box set? I think it's
set?
3. I think it's a trilogy at this point. Fucking dope. Sick stuff. All right. Well, I think I've talked enough about that. I think you guys get the picture. This LitRPG starter library is the bee's knees, if you will, and you're also from the 1920s.
Yeah.
James Osiris Baldwin, thank you very much for putting all of this together, and inspiring everybody to join hands and link arms and get some awesome stories out there at a low, low price. Jeff Hayes, is there anything else that you wanted to add before we wrap this up for the night?
I wanted to add that if you liked this video, that you should like it with the clicky click.
Click the like.
Click the
Don't
like.
just, yeah.
And also you should subscribe to the channel if you really had a lot of fun. And you can go back in time to our whole back catalog. There's more than 150 SBTL videos in there. And remember to pick up the last 2 SBT books that just came out: 1,000 Drunken Monkeys by Eric Nyland, that is Hero of Thera Book 2, and World Tree Online, which is also on sale from this starter pack. So be sure to buy that first before you buy the audiobook to save half of your money.
Even if you don't buy it now, if you like get the ebook and just hold on to it, if you have like a LitRPG like dry spell and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to check out World Tree Online, I've finished my list, it's time for that, you can do that. You own the book, so you can still get the Whisper Sync. It's investing in yourself, in your entertainment.
Yes, indeed. So thank you everybody for coming and hanging out with us. We'll have more SBTL. At least the latest one will be Sunday. Yeah, Sunday is a requests only. The next one. Well, I don't know. There might be one in between now and then. I doubt it, but for some reason I feel like there might be. But yeah, Sunday at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern is a requests only. Don't forget to go vote in our Facebook group. All the links to all the Facebook groups that we hang out in are in the description below this video, as well as a link to our sponsor, Studio Bricks, who sell one of the best looking and easiest to put together sound booths on the market for any aspiring voiceover artists or general noisemakers who might terrorize their neighbors otherwise.
Terrorize your neighborhood.
Yeah, or not, and get a Studio Bricks sound booth.
That's right.
So I think that's it. So you're the stop broadcast man. So
I'm the stop broadcast man. Stop broadcast man. Thank goodness you're here. We have a stream that won't stop. And the people are trying to go to bed, but they can't close their browsers. Well, this looks like a job for stop broadcast man. I've got my handy dandy mouse. I'm going to bring it down here. And I'm going to say, so long, people of Gotham.
long.
Ciao.